You said we are here to learn, right? Are we all ready to learn? Um, First of all, I want to say thank you for the privilege given to me to come here to do what I love to do best. It was, I was happy. He said, come and tell us how it has been. We want practical lessons. He mentioned not chat GPT. So, like I said, today we are going to be talking about ideation, moving from idea stage to planning and also to implementing it. But first, we should be able to recognize the ideas in case we don't have one. I'm not here to preach, but I'm still going to pray because we have to put God first in everything. Let us bow our head to pray. Our dear Lord and Heavenly Father, we thank you for this privilege. We thank you for today. We thank you because you are a God of creation. We thank you for everything. As we go into your word, into this lesson, we pray that you help us. You meet us at the very point of our needs. Those areas that we need your touch, those areas we need your ideas, those areas we need answers. We pray, oh Lord, that as we go into this lesson, you will answer us. And oh Lord, you will answer all our needs. And Lord, you would guide us in the paths we want to choose. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen. Okay. Usually, when I think about some things, in my mind, I'm like, how do people think about this thing? How did they come across? How did they even think about it in the first place? Along the line, I realized, even though it's known already, I realized that bringing up ideas, planning, and implementation started from our God, right? They said God saw the word, and it was, help me now. Okay, it's a lesson, so it's going to be very interactive. God saw that the world was empty and without form, right? And what did God do? What? Give someone microphone. What did God do? You don't know? God spoke a word that what should happen? Let there be light. But first, God thought about it that, okay, this is a problem, right? Okay, what should be done to solve this problem? First of all, there should be light. It was an idea. And God did what? God acted. God created the light, created heaven and earth, created water, created everything. And God still knew, there's still a problem, Who would do what? Supervise all these things. God said, I have to create man. And God created man. And he didn't just create man, he created man in his what? His own image. Which means we are born to create as well. We are wired to have an idea, create it, plan, and implement. So there is nothing It doesn't just come down from heaven. It's already what? Inside us, which means we are meant to what? Create ideas and implement them. So, I would be asking, is there anyone here? When I'm talking, I like to be sure I'm talking with the right audience. Maybe everybody here, we don't even need this lecture so that we can move to what we need. Is there anyone here that had an idea and you did not implement it? You had an idea and it stopped at that idea stage. Anyone? Brother Tolashe, we are talking to the wrong audience, so everybody here has an idea and they have implemented it. Eh? But you are not raising your hand now. You have an idea and you never implement it. It just stopped from that idea stage. No, don't say all of us. So if you have been there, please do like this. Okay. At least I have 10. So if I'm talking to 10 people, I'm good. Okay. Now, you already have an idea, but the idea is there. Who here does not even have an idea? You don't even know. You want to start something, but you don't know where to start from. Only one person. 2. You don't know. You are trusting God for that idea that I want to start a business. 3. I need 10 people. Okay, just 3 people. 4. Okay, I'll stop there. 4 is good. It's a good number. Now, how can we recognize an idea before we now move from the idea stage to planning and implementing it? Now, the first way we can start an idea is through problems around us. Just like God saw there was a problem, and God did what? Acted on it. Are there problems around us? Yes or no? Plenty, self. In fact, too many. Abby? Some people will say, wala, wala, wala. And from that problem, I believe a lot of people are eating. They are succeeding from that problem. I think 2006, 2007, that was the first time I got opportunity to learn fashion designing. And if you know what I mean, back then, you rarely see fashion schools, right? In fact, there was none that I know. So I didn't have a choice to learn from the normal fashion designers. So it means you have to wash plates, wash clothes, even cook, probably fetch water and all that. Even though I was a student, but okay, I wanted this. So, doing all that, deep down, I knew, okay, can't people learn without going through all that? What happened? A problem was what? Identified. Even though the problem was identified, nothing was coming. And when I started it was like, okay, I didn't like what I was doing. I had to do it, so I will not do it for another person. But along the line, I figured, okay, so now fashion school can be, then you can start something. the idea started coming. Which means, and you know that these places, you even register, you can end up learning for 5 years, and you will still not know anything, Abby, because you have to serve, they will intentionally delay you for 2 years. That did not happen to me anyway, but that is how it was. So, the first problem, when there is lack of skill, what happened? There is mentorship, coaching, right? People lack food. What happens? What happens? You create food. People lack clothing. You create clothing. But what if foods are available, clothing are available, skills are available? Now we are talking about good food, Abby, nutritious food, because are there no food? There are food. So from a problem of people are just not eating right, an idea can come. From problem of people are not, wearing what they should wear, good clothing and all that, a problem, an idea can come up. From problem of ideas, lack of skills, coaching is starting. So your ideas can come from problems around you. What started solar system? What problem was solar system trying to solve? Please let me give people microphone. Oh. NEPA. NEPA. Light, power supply, and people probably need 24 hours power supply in Nigeria. Do you know that it's not even in Nigeria that power supply, solar system exists? Even in UK, US, Canada, where they have regular power supply. But they still identify the problem of high power usage, that they have to pay for their usage. Abroad, when you are leaving your room, you have to turn it off. You are leaving your kitchen, you have to, so that your reading is not high. So some people still realize that, okay, we are not in Nigeria, we don't have problem of power supply, but problem we have is that the power is not even going, and our money is high. They still went for solar system. A lot of houses abroad, you see solar panels on their houses because of a problem that needs to be solved. This time, not even power supply issue. It is not issue of money, right? A solution was created. Another place that your idea can come from is your skill. There are so many things you are doing already free of charge. Things people know that you do, right? They know this is what you do. They know you are good at it. They know once they call you, oh yeah, ideas can come from it. Like, let me give an example. Like a marriage counselor now. Maybe, I'm having problem in my home, they call someone. But now, there are marriage counselors that before you even see them, you pay for what? Consultation fee, right? Like my auntie, a pharmacist, before you recommend anything, we can call you that I'm sick, you give us. You are doing your skill free of charge. Are you still doing it free of charge? Not anymore. A lot of things that we do, a lot of us, we have family members, we go to their houses to help them around and all that. Some people are doing that to earn money as well. Maybe you are the type of person that even let people sweep and clean. You are skilled at, by the time you put your hand on it like this, it would change. That's an idea to go into what? What business? cleaning business. I don't know why I'm talking about that. So I'm just trying to open our mind to skills that you do well. Now, I want to ask two people. What do you think you do very well that people know about you? What you know how to do very well that you just do it, oh. If someone wake you like this, you will do it perfectly. Eh? I'm going to say mine. I'm going to say mine. What I do very well. Should I say mine first so that you understand? Me, I like to talk very well. In fact, when I was young, we went for a program. The title of the program was, I was in secondary school, and the person said, occupy, the topic was occupy till I come, which means till I come, that gift you have been given, make use of it till I come. And my neighbor said, occupy till I come. After the program, I said, what do you mean? You like to talk. You like... And I'm like, okay. So now I'm what? Eh? Eh? Now I'm what? I'm an I'm a talker. But I'm not, I'm now I'm mentoring people, I'm coaching people, but I'm not doing that free of charge anymore. So I reduce my talking so that I can save my energy for the part that will give, that will give me money. So these days people will say, she's quiet. In my mind, I'll be like, I am not, oh. Don't open my tap, oh. So what do you do that people know about you, that you do conveniently? Oh, yeah, it's just two people. Microphone. I can give you mine. No? Should I come down? Who wants to talk? Thanks for the encouragement. They need that.
All right. This decided not to talk much. I used to think I like to talk too, but, but I'm going to realize that I like people. I'm a people person, and yeah, if I monetize that, well, I'm into business, and I meet people all the time. So I think that helps my business. In a sort of way, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I like people.
Yes, I think I know that about him. When you want to buy something from him, except you don't have the money, he would convince you that you won't have choice to buy that thing. Who else? Any other person? Okay. So your skill, you can get ideas, business ideas from your skill. Another is your experience, the experience you've had. Your experience could be from the course you studied, experience in school, experience in church, in your place of work, life experience. They say what doesn't kill you, do what? Makes you stronger. Whatever you experience can, you know, make you say, okay, these ideas. There are so many things I think about. I would just be unnecessarily angry. Like, there is something that always get me angry when I'm going and I'm seeing all these big trailers with tanks, you know. Maybe because I've heard once or twice that these containers, one man shubu. Do you know, if I have the money, I can create trailers that can, I know some, that can carry them and not, so that they cannot shift no matter what. So your life experiences can you hear me? Okay. Your life experiences can help. I don't want to spend too much time on that. Market gaps. Market gaps are things that people complain about. You are angry about that thing, but you still pay for it. Like what? You are you If you have your choice, we eradicate it from your life, but you still spend your money on it. Number one, God bless you, data. Number two, NEPA now. You still pay NEPA. Even if you have solar in your house, you still pay. What else? Food. What else? Medications. God forbid that, nobody wants to take medication, Abby. But when there is need, you have to use it. What else? Please. Fuel. It's so annoying. Like, you have to buy fuel. You don't have choice. You are buying fuel like this. You are just, your mood is bad. But you have to buy it. You have to buy fuel into your into your car, even if you are not driving. You can say, I'm not using generator, Abby. What about solar fans? All those things. You see people holding these small fans around. Someone thought of that, okay, you're not in your house, you are sweating, you need that. I know some people that anytime you see them, they must hold that thing. So they know they need it. Even though it's uncomfortable and all that, they still go for it. What else? See, as you are mentioning them, you don't know, you might be giving someone ideas. So those ideas you have, please bring them out. What else that people must think about? What? Bad roads. How do we pay for bad roads? The road is bad. It spoils your car. So because of bad road, you create something, Abby. Oh yeah. Let's come up. Let's keep it coming. Skincare. God bless you. Go ahead. After food, it's skincare. Oh. Is it not? After food, still housing, ilé gbígbé. God. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, the way I take care of my skin, I wish I'm taking care of my spiritual life like that. Yes, it gets to me. Because we want to look good. You want to, So it's not even about using those things. It's about taking precautions. My pillow must not be dirty. My this must be clean. Because, it can cause breakouts. You are taking precautions. I see breeze like this. I quickly block it because I know I react to it. You want to look good. Everyone wants to look good. Skincare. Do you know how much skincare therapists are making? They are making a lot. I'll still go into that business, so I'm announcing it so that. Oh yeah, please tell me more. Things people pay for. Skincare, they are expensive, but people still buy them. I told someone I want to change my cream. She said 50,000. I said okay. And some people are buying it now, 200,000. And not just that, you buy this, you buy that. What else? You are giving people ideas, so speak up. Perfumes, they want to smell nice. Sir? Wig. Aha. You started selling wig because of that. What else? Please, let's talk about things people are not even thinking about. Deliveries. Yes, logistics. Those people are showing us shege. Logistics. Furnitures. What? Tax. Now people even have tax consultants. Tax consultant company. I know someone that has that. And they collect a lot to come to your company to come and help you put it in place and all that. They charge a lot. Consulting company, business consultant. I said, no, I'm not talking for free again. No, I want to become a business consultant. Later, I'll tell you what I did to be able to do that. Trends and everyday needs, things we are mentioning, right? Data, skincare, everything people must use. Those are places you can get your ideas from. Food. I'm expecting to say food. She's a good cook. She once taught we sisters how to make, what's the name of that soup? Afang soup. And it was very delicious. Do you know some people, they don't even want to stress themselves? There is no time, right? And do you know some things happen and it's so annoying? Recently, I needed someone to help me cook. And the person that was recommended, a number was not reachable. And the person now sent another person's number that chat this lady up. I'm like, I just called her that a lady, will she cook well? Because we believe that all those mamas, is that not an idea to bring, train yourself up in that skill? Sports, everyday train. Gym wears. Gym. Do you know how much gym companies charge now? Monthly. Who can tell me? Talo gym will be by 30K. Yeah, kere. You will be among the jumpers outside. You will be jumping. When I drive fast, I will be looking at them and I will jump. I can jump in my house now. How will I come and pay for jumping? And some people pay as much as 150 monthly, and you see a lot of people in that gym. Some people started that gym, share company, that be outlet, that be whatever, and people register for it every day. Clothings, what? Clothings, to be able to learn how to clothe, we charge you, we collect your money, we teach you, Abby, so that you're not going to be buying amala before you are being trained. Makeup, is that part of skincare? No. If you are not careful, it can even, damage your skin if you don't underlay it, Abby. Makeup, people now train people to make up. They will say, no, I don't want to make up for people. I want to train people to do that. Makeup, everyday needs that you can. So now, I need 5 people. You have an idea. You have been thinking about it. Please come out. Because we are going into filtering good business ideas. How you can filter it. Before I talk about that, I want to be sure that someone here has an idea. Because of my love for learning, I like to attend different coaching. Once I see this online, I register for it. And when they say, introduce yourself, I hear business ideas. I'm like, wow. Have you heard of diffusers? Making diffusers, making resins, creating tomato that is organic tomato. Now they are eradicating. Did you hear? NAFDAC is announcing that they are going to stop tin tomato. Did you hear? You didn't hear? They said effective from February. I hope they do that. That was how they told us they would eradicate plastic plates, our takeaway, and they did not. We are still seeing them. Look at some people that manufacture things from animal feces. I heard lots of business ideas. I'm like, okay, it's not body, I'll be physical body that is telling these people. It's the Spirit of God, though. You have those ideas and you feel like, To you, you feel like maybe it's a trash, maybe, please come out. 5 people, pere. Brother Tolashi, they don't have ideas. Oh, what if it has been implemented? Okay, this part is not for you yet. You have that idea. Nobody. Even me, I have plenty business ideas. What's it, Poj? Eh? You want to talk? You are not sure. You don't have. Okay, thank you. Can you tell us that business idea? Don't copy our idea. Oh. Go and create your own.
Okay, so I'm a public health personnel and I'm very concerned about food. And one of the things that you mentioned is steamed tomato. I've always thought of doing my own, making my own tomato paste. And I've watched so many TikTok videos and I have an idea, but the process is like, it's not too much, but it requires like not a lot of things, but you need money to buy a lot of tomatoes and then you boil it to become very thick and then you preserve it with vinegar. And then I also heard to make it more healthy, you had beetroot to heat to thicken it and give it that color. So it will be looking weird when you use it to cook jollof rice. And also I um, want to stop using Maggi because it contains a lot of things that is unhealthy to our body. And I thought of doing my own Maggie alternative. And I've spoken to some people about it, and that they have done something similar, requires lots of spices. And then this requires me buying different. I have like over 12 spices that I've shared with my mom. That's okay. When she comes back, we'll go to the market and buy and blend it. And then had to sweeten it, had like salt. So you don't need to add any other thing when you put it in your soup or your. And then there's another one I've thought about investing in farm agriculture, not the ones that use antimicrobials to grow their livestock, but the ones that are health conscious and use natural remedies. So I want to invest in those businesses. And yes, which other one have I thought about? Skills. Regarding skills, people are really finding it hard to do their project, their thesis. So I normally help them out and collect money. But now I want to start teaching people how to do theirs by themselves. Like some of my classmates, I'm not helping you do your thesis. I'm going to put you through how to do it. So those are some business ideas that I have. Also logistics as well. I want to like invest in get keke and like people, use hire people to, do that. Yeah, and then real estate also build a house and then and then rent it to people. So yes, that's some of the few ones I have.
That's great.
Thank you. Any other person?
Good.
Please let me give her.
Now coming up.
Okay, so, when you were talking, you talked about from your experiences. I think from my experience, I noticed that a lot of people have inflammation, and sometimes you don't know what is responsible. It has to do with food, just like you said. Um, if you go to the hospital, there is a section at the hospital that deals with your intestine, the organs, and everything like that. And sometimes when you see people just belching, you don't know that it's an inflammation and it's gastritis. So I actually thought of, because I've experienced it myself, so I've thought of, okay, how do you deal with it? Because sometimes inflammation is not something that starts immediately, something that have accumulated a long time. And sometimes people have this bacteria, HP pylori, yeah, that is responsible for you getting ulcer, bloating, inflamed in your system. So what I did, I've done a lot of research about it, right? I consulted with someone that is into nutrition, right? But where I stop is I need to do a kind of experiment. I have to do a survey whereby I will have two groups. I will do the experiment, people that I will be giving the natural stuff that contain aloe vera and stuff, and the other people that they will be eating normally. And then naturally, I don't get tired when it comes to combining smoothies and something together. I can do that all day. I think he was telling me. So what I did was to say, okay, what is it to be done? Who do you talk to? Okay, but I have not actually gotten people that would volunteer to do the experiment with me. And then I had to actually register it with NAFDAC, right? And another thing that I need to do is, like, I had to consult each person, because when you want to do that kind of business, you have temperament of everybody is quite different from the other. So you need to know what somebody can tolerate before you can do that. And the expiration of that kind of smoothie cannot go beyond a day or two if you are trying to supply it to supermarkets or stuff. So that is why I stopped, actually. But it's an health issue that I think needs to be addressed.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Please, let's give them a round of applause. So, now I see we have ideas. We are just shy to come out. So now let's move fast. Featuring good business ideas. You have those ideas. How do you even know that they are good ideas? Not all ideas are business ideas. Some are just what you love to do, hobbies. Some you just have passion for it. Yes, you should have passion for a business you want to start, but some are probably not a business idea that would earn you money, because now we're talking about things that would earn you money, not things you are doing for passion. So the first thing is you ask yourself, is there a real need for this thing? Are people paying for it? Are there people that are already making money in that business? You go online. These days, if you think about business, once you search for something about it, you open social media, you see like 1 million people doing it. And a lot of times I realize that that idea just die. Because you feel like, the idea I thought is new. I see a lot of people doing it. So who told you it's not an idea? It's more reason why you should look more into it. Because if a lot of people are doing it, it's because there is money there. I don't know. There could be something somewhere, that people have not thought about, that you can think about. But a lot of times when you do that, you open social media, you start hearing it. It will now be like, you start seeing those things around you and you feel not encouraged. No, that is a good reason you should pursue it, that people are making money and all that. So now I want to go into planning your business. Why planning matters. He who fails to plan does what? Is already planning to fail. See, a lot of ideas, they just stop at the idea level. Like what she said, they say, because of capital, I need money. Do you know that capital don't even come first when it comes to implementing your business ideas? The first thing that comes first is planning. You heard what she said. She said she already contacted, she thought about this, then she contacted people to do what and what. Abi? Did she mention money? Planning. You first have to plan. Okay, practical. When I started having ideas of having a fashion school, I wanted to have a fashion school, but I had only one machine, one sewing machine. I have one big jotter like that. I will write everything. I keep writing. things I'm not even sure I can see in the next 5 years. I was writing them down. I was, instead of looking for the money, I was adding to my knowledge. Adding to my knowledge. And you don't want to have a fashion school without having that knowledge, Abby. You want to be able to train effectively. Well, I had one machine, and so planning, you have to first plan. You can have faith that God will do it. It is when you have planned, your faith comes in. And prayer, God help me. God do this for me. But if you don't plan, I don't know. In fact, when the money comes, it would be as if it's not going to work. Recently, I started thinking of a business idea, and someone said, BOI, they issue loans, any amount you want. You know how people can talk now? I carried my bag. I went there. And when I got there, they said, to give you loan, we can give you any amount, but you will collateral. That is ×2 of the loan you want to collect. I said, I don't have collateral. I don't have anything. They now said, but from 10 million below, we can give you without collateral. I said, no, that I don't need it. Why? Is it that I don't need it? But because the plan I have, 10 million cannot, not 10,000, 10 million cannot solve it. How did I know that? From planning. If you don't plan, people will advise you like this. People will advise you like this. You keep moving from left to right, from front to back. It is when you plan, you write those things down. You know, this is what I always tell people, that even if you give me 100 million, it may not solve my problem for my business. I know what I want already. I have the plan. I don't want to talk about business plan because that would come subsequently in our trainings. So I'm removing business plan. Plan. If you don't, you will not even, by the time you get the money, you will not know how to go about it. It's when you have the plan, you now go to God, this is what I want. Abby, this is what I want to do. Then you attach faith to it. I'm trying not to waste our time. Now, implementing plan. And before then, some people will say, how do I start? How can I start? I don't even know how to start. That's the problem, Abby. Do you agree with me? I don't even know where to start. Yes, we go to God. God, I don't know how to do it. Just help me. Abby? But after that, I'm telling you today that you just have to start. I just started. I started my fashion school with just 2 sewing machines. And I put fashion school outside, signboard, Diamond Creations Fashion School. And when people are saying, I'm in my fashion school, I'll be like, I want to hide under somewhere. Because even me, I'm feeling like, fashion school with 2 sewing machines. I just started. But I'll be moving into implementation. Don't forget what I told you. Starting an idea. I had that idea that people can learn without having to wash clothes, do this, do that. And when that started, my very first student, when she came, she took broom to sweep. And I collected it from her. I said, no. She said, if I buy me Jenny, if I kikini Connie. Even me, I could not explain to her. I told her no. Yes, I cannot afford a cleaner, but I wanted to sweep it myself because I started the fashion school with what? A goal. That no, anyone that is coming to learn will be treated like a king and a queen. Don't help me do anything. When I want to buy food, I carry my plate to go and buy food. Why? People will say, see school. Was it because of that? But because I started it for this reason, and that reason must be established. So you want to start something, you are planning it, everything, as you have thought about it. When you wake up in the morning, you know that thing comes, or in the midnight. When the idea is not keeping you awake, please drop it. Who is here that idea, you think about it and only hear that whining? Who is here, please? Those in business. You have been sleeping fully. Because you will think about, how will I do it? Where will I get the money? How do I go about it? You will not be able to sleep 8 hours. It would keep you awake. You start thinking. So when you are thinking about it, attach it very well. You have to validate the idea. Are people paying for it? Are they coming back? When you are starting, you start small. Okay, I wanted to start a business of making polos, customized and all that. And that took me to China. And when I got there, I said, okay. When they said one size, MOQ, one color, I don't have that money. Do you understand? That is when strategic planning comes in. When you are planning, you have to plan strategically. Yes, you have this plan, and you look at that plan, you see 10 million, and you know you don't have 1 million in your account. Your strategic planning would solve it. What is that strategic planning? If this does not work, this would work. If this does not work, this would work. I'm looking for 10 million. I did not get it. I have 500,000. I have 100,000. What can I do? So when I was coming, what my money could undo, I bought it. If I did not have strategic planning, when I got there, I saw another thing. I saw this. I saw that. What would I do? I would just buy anything, Abby. And maybe when I come, there will not be sales, Abby. Because people are plenty here buying this. Let me also go and buy it. And there will be problem. So strategic planning would help you in a way that when people say, do this way, you say no. When you attach a strategic planning to a vision, I'm not supposed to ask, but I will ask. How many people have a vision for the idea they have a vision? Or you have a vision, not for the idea, but vision. Every year they will say, create a vision board, Abby. How many people even have a vision board? You attach it to a vision for yourself. I have a vision for my business. So when I want to do something and I'm being advised, my husband knows me. Why not do it like this? That is what it doesn't align. I always use that statement. It doesn't align with the vision I have for my business. It's there. I will always say it. Which means if you want to start that thing, as you are planning, attach it to a vision and a goal. Now, to a goal, having a vision, a dream, planning, and all that, but not having a goal slowed me down for years. For years, because I did not attach it to what? To a goal. When we first got married, when I tell my husband, I will give him book. I want this, I want this, I want this. My husband will say, attach dates. I will be like, what do you mean? When you attach dates. If I put dates and the date did not come, I did not know, even though he was saying it in his own way, I did not know he's saying, it means that you are attaching a goal to it. You want to start a business. For who? Who is buying it? What's their age? Why will they come and buy from you? How do you structure it to satisfy those people? So I had the vision, I had the planning, I had everything. I had the knowledge because you need your knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge, please, you have that idea, go for the knowledge. Get the skill, get everything you need to be successful. Now, you need a goal. Like, I want to, give me one of your businesses. You want to, she mentioned she wants to train people to do their project themselves. Do they even want to do it themselves? You have to ask yourself that question. Honestly, how many students? How many students are here? Nobody. The truth is they don't even want to do it. Is it that they cannot do it? They don't want to do it. So it is not that I want to teach them. I want to collect their money. Those that don't want to, you know where to go. Because they don't want to do it. The ones that want to do it, if you say bring 1,000, they will not give you. But the ones that don't want to do it, if you say bring 100,000, they will pay. Is that not it? They would now. So you have to attach to it that I want to do this for this set of people, for this age, for this category, before so time. Now you're attaching time to it. That is part of goal. Before so time, be clear with it. This is the business I want to do. For who? For what sets of people? If it's rich people that is your target, you know that, okay, even if I'm using a small shop, how should that shop look like? It should be welcoming, Abby. Because you know the caliber of people that can afford what you sell. It means that it should be welcoming. It means that what I'm selling must be quality. You want people to come back. What will make them to come back to me? Except you just want to, some people, they don't care about, you shall buy. If it's not okay, I'll collect from another person, Abby. But you want them to come back. So what should you put in place? What should you put in place? Quality service. So that when you catch them like this, they keep coming back and referring people. So, when you want to start, do not despise humble beginning. Start something. Now, you have lots of ideas. I know people are not just talking, but I know they have lots of ideas at a time. Start one at a time. What did I say? You have plenty ideas. A lot of them have too. If I did not insist. Start at a time. Now, what are the things that could make people not to start? Fear of failure. How to implement. Will I succeed? Who cares? Start. Who will buy from me? Try first. We will not talk about how to make people buy from you today. I'm sure there is going to be an opportunity. Lack of capitals. Look into grants, angel investors, family, loans. Okay, you need 10 million, for example, but you yourself, you can only raise 200,000. Look around. Apply for grants. But as you are doing that, don't stop. There was a time, 2018, I applied for a grant of 5 million naira. I had plans. And I was not one of the beneficiaries of the grants. And after years, even if there is opportunity for 5 million grants, I don't go there. Why? Because even though this is not working, I did not stop. The little I have, I was going. And I can tell you by the grace of God, I never had to borrow. The little I have, this one registers, I take from it, reinvest, do this, do that. I never stopped. I did not see that grant. Then I would do alone. You will keep, after 10 years, you will keep waiting for that amount. that means there is no growth. Do you understand? That means there is no growth. Bro Talashi, I asked earlier if there is a paper that can go around people, that can be passed around. Okay, we will do that later. So before I round up, I heard there is still a session. Okay. I would like to say that ideas are everywhere. Planning gives direction. Implementation is where success lives. And I want you to challenge yourself that this time next year, that plan, that idea you have or you don't have, where would it be? Will you still be having that idea in you? Like, I still have that idea. Another person is making money, or you don't have that idea. Are you going to figure it out and get the ideas with the little we have talked about? Write down. Before the time comes, I want you to start thinking about it right now, because we are going to do it before we leave. Write down one business idea, what you need for that idea, and a 7 days plan for that idea. We will collect it later. 7 days plan that this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. You don't have shishi. Write it down. May the Lord help you. May the Lord help us. Amen. I don't want to take the time of all that. I believe there is still going to be opportunity
Thank you so much.
to talk better.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know that ideas are expensive. And I know that, for me, I do not believe that there is someone that do not have any idea. Do you agree with me on that? Because many of us are thinking about different... You know why everybody must have idea? Because everybody loves money. And anything that will produce money is what we want to do. Have you traveled from your town where you are enjoying everything good palm oil, and then you went to somewhere, and then you've been to the market, and all that you've been buying as palm oil is not as good as what you have where you are coming from. And then you feel like, what if when I go home December, I just buy that palm oil, I just bring it around, I just begin to sell. Is that an idea? Is it possible? You understand? Is that something that you see people do, and then you know that you can do it better? What if I start doing it? You understand? Have you been to a lesson, maybe do they call it A-level lesson or whatever? That's after secondary school. Have you been to a lesson and you see, I can teach this thing very well. Can I start doing it? Do you believe that a school can start from there? Is it possible? Is it something that you know how to do? That you know that some will say, I know how to cook. Are you thinking that something is possible to come out of that? That's what we are looking at as idea. Are you living as a student? Are you living in an hostel of 20 rooms, 30 rooms, and to buy water alone, you need to trek 5 minutes, 10 minutes to go and buy water? Are you thinking, what if I have a corner where I can just place pallets and then I have water there, and then my neighbors can buy from me? Are you thinking, is it possible to scale that into having a shop where you sell pet drinks, bottled waters? Can you scale that into becoming a distributor of Coca-Cola, a distributor of this? Is that possible? Let's respond. Is that possible? Are we thinking in that line? Or are you thinking, what I'm selling now is clothes, but if I want to distribute, I call delivery man? And then during your scaling, are you thinking, I could buy a delivery bike I could put a tracker that will be delivering my goods, and others I can deliver for others too. If I have one bike, using WhatsApp, can I scale up to 2, to 4, to 5? Can I have a app that does that? Is it possible? Is it achievable? Now, that's what we call idea. What are those things that are running through our mind that we cannot decide if we can establish it, if we can run it, and if it's possible to scale? Now, we've been through the very first section. We are going to be changing things a bit. We are going to bring our 2 champions here, and then we turn things around a little bit for us to understand. And I hope with all I've said now, I hope that you are now looking into your mind and you are looking at what are those things. Now begin to remember those things as they are coming back to your mind. And let us learn if those things are achievable, if those things are doable, how do we do it? And then after this section, you will be able to now ask those questions that are already running through your mind. So welcome with me, Mr. Adedeji Oyinloye. You're welcome, sir. Also, welcome with me, Dr. Master Guide or Master Guide Dr. Adeyinka Akitude. You're welcome, sir. So those things that are running through our mind, these ones have also gone through that part before. A part where they wake up, they look into their mind and feels, is this possible? Now, they have been in that position and they have been able to move from that thinking to ideas, to planning, and they've been able to bring out something meaningful from those things. And now they will tell us in summary how they have moved from that stage to where they are today. And I know that their time and our time might be some difference. And that is where you will come in. You understand? What are those things that you want to be cleared of? And then we'll bring them to ask them those questions. Because I want also to go home today with full understanding so that by tomorrow you're already taking steps. Huh? So you're welcome, sir. We'll start from you.
Thank you, Happy Sabbath, and appreciate the presence that God has given unto us to be here. Mine is not an idea. I didn't see any idea, but I came across it. 1989, I attended my uncle convocation in Polytechnic Ibadan. He said, Deji, I want you to be a computer scientist. I said, good, how do I go about it? Lay down the track for me. I struggled with the child of getting admission to Nigerian University. I didn't get it. Luckily, I traveled to India for my studies, for my first degree and for my master's. I studied information technology. On getting there, I saw the way the Indians are doing things. In the IT world now, India put to be number second in the world. Every street is full of what? Tech institute. Like where they have in Bodija, where they sell food. Every street like this, you see ABC offering DevOps, ABC having ethical hacking, live trading. You see competitions. This will be offering 100 INR. This will be 200 NIR. This one will be plus accommodation. I'm talking about the business tactics. So after that, I came back to the country. What should I do? Do I apply for a job? Yeah, I did. I applied for a job with one institution in Osun State. The man is late now. The person that introduced me to the school happened to be one of the elders in Okebola. I was given the offer of employment. How much is it? Less than 60,000 naira. With all my dollars spending outside the country, I can't take this job. The man said, you have to take this, I can't take it. Not that I'm proud. What would I do with this money? I dropped it and asked, man, give me an option. Can I be coming to school, to the institute for 3 days in a week, 2 days for because I'm planning for my PhD at Babcock. He said, no, it has to be Monday to Friday. I said, sir, I can't take the job. I dropped the job. I went on the street. I started doing what I can do. Then I came to another DG, what you saw in India, why can't you replicate it here in Nigeria? Then the idea of IT Institute came to my mind. I started it years back, close to 12, 13 years now. That's first track. Doing the course, okay, if I'm doing this, I still need something that will be higher than what I'm doing. What I did was that one of the guys that also put me through was there, Olumide Dada. I submitted a proposal to NYC that I want to be one of their first, that I want to be taking, training the corpers. It's okay, if you want to be taken, but it can't be tech. You have to do something different. So what's that thing? I wrote a proposal, I sent it to them, I targeted on home automation. Within the span of a day, they approved. Moses and Blue Script start coming to NYC camps to be taking the corpers. But do you know what the proposal I sent to the school? I didn't have an idea on what to take the corpers. I consulted with somebody, Olumide Dada, what can we do? Let's do this thing together. Within the few weeks, I traveled to South Africa. Let me go and learn this thing myself. I traveled to Pretoria. I was there for some days. Now, another thing that came to mind. So what I'm saying is not something I saw something. I didn't have anything. So we are lodged in Pretoria. A woman came in and said, DG, okay, he gave me the key. Not key, plastic. So when you're coming back from institute, please use this thing to open the gate. I said, you? I know that's what they are dealing with Nigerians. So do you think I want to run away or abscond from going back to my country? So no problem. When I come back from school in the evening, you see the kind of person I am. So in the evening time, I came to the gate. I knocked like a Nigerian. Now step out. Moses, why do you knock? You should have used this thing to open the gate. I said, this is a plastic. In Nigeria, we use kokoro. We use padlock to open the gate. I can't use this. Now step out. I said, give me the padlock. Give me the remote. She stepped out. She collected it for me. She opened the gate. Wow, first time? I didn't see this in India. I went into my apartment. I stayed there for some time. During the course of being there around 7 p.m., I tiptoed out of my apartment. I went to the gate. I stooped down and I checked the name of the machine. I wrote it down. I won't mention the name here. I wrote the name down. I went back to my apartment, searched their name, sent an email to them. The following morning, said, okay, Moses, good. You are in Nigeria coming to South Africa, no problem. This is what you do. Next day, you come down to our factory. Let's put it through. I went there. I discussed with them. And I promised them, Moses, when you go back to Nigeria, do this for us. You send an email to us. They thought I won't go back to Nigeria. On going back to Nigeria, I sent an email to them. This is my proposal. Can I market that solution in Nigeria? They said, someone is in charge. Charge of what? Someone is selling Lagos. I said, I don't want to sell something. I want to provide solution to people. Because of that, I'm dropping this offer. I dropped it again. I went back online as a computer scientist. I went home. I searched for some planes all over the world. Then to the same business of home automation and gate automation. I searched all through. Luckily, I got another company in Italy. That was Ducati. I pumped in a message to them. They said, okay, send the proposal about the company. We went to this. What I'm saying is that it was the IT Institute that I was trying to replicate in Nigeria that took me to South Africa. And from South Africa, I also took me back to Italy. So it's okay, send your proposal to us. I sent it to them. Okay, good, you are into tech. You should be able to handle the sales of our product in Nigeria. Okay, I sent it. But you have to do something. If you want to do it, give us an option. Do you want to be a seller? I said, do you want to be a seller? Let me provide solution. Okay, if you want to do that, can you represent the whole country of Nigeria? No mind. Or Africa? I said, no mind. They don't have division in Nigeria and Africa. No problem. What's it stock? Now I discussed with my wife. I have to take issue of the family there. I discovered my wife, we've saved a lot of money that I want to buy a house or I want to build an apartment so that we can live there. Because I was living in my parents' house then. I didn't use that money. So on getting the offer from Italy, they said, Blue Script, if you can do this, if you can represent the whole country, represent Africa, you have to pay a huge sum of money, name it. That money was huge in euros. I told my wife, see, that money that was saved to buy a land, to build an apartment, you have to book it to this business. He said, wow, that's what I'll do. I just pick the phone, sent the phone to Italy. Lorento, that's the founder. He said, Lorento, Moses, you send this money to us without even checking to know more about our company. Nope, I know you can't scam me because I know much about how to track you. Okay, no problem. Next week, you have to travel down to Italy. I can't come because I just returned from Italy. I just returned from South Africa a few days ago. I said, okay, give me time. Give me about 3 months' time. I will visit Italy. There's something I missed. I didn't tell you. 2010, I was in a country. I entered public transport. I was going to a particular place. And the driver drove us to filling station. If you want to buy petrol, they sell petrol by the side. The guy opened the boot, was selling. He said, okay. I stepped out the car. What happened? Do you want to kill us here? He said, I want to buy gas. Your car use gas? He said, yes, of course. I kept that aside. I'll tell you the story about that. So the Italy started. I traveled to Italy. I became the person up to date. That's Ducati automation system. I distribute their products in Nigeria. I sell. I do a lot of story about it. Now, one thing about me is that when you are into business, there are something you have to know. Practical business. You must have these soft hand skills, how to find information yourself. I found information about the Italy, the South Africa, and when I was selling, I was time for me to be selling the product. The Italian man, he said, the man and the wife, they operate the company. It's a very big company. Such about they have Ducati bike and the like. So he said, look at it. Anna is my wife. She doesn't know how I'm selling my product. I use this table to sell my product all over the world. So Moses, come. Let me teach you how to market this product to the part of the world. I knew that if I understand this concept, it's easy for me to sell that product to other parts of the world. I've sold that product to other African countries. I've sold the product to EFCC, sold to Avapa. The recent one we did was, I won't mention the name, a big company in Nigeria we did last year. So going back to this story. So I started looking, okay, what can I do about this? The business started moving. You can see that I didn't have an idea on how to sell gate. Nothing. But I opened my eyes, like my sister said. God said, let there be light. And there was light. When you see a problem, you must know how to avoid, to solve it. It's by solving it that you make more money. So I look at it, what can I do? So that goes on. I'm taking you back to another one, the one that happened 2023. When I was at the country 2010, I told you the story that I entered the public transport. When President Tinubu was saying that now we have to deregulate the petroleum industry, it is time that they have to be using an alternative to petrol. My wife sat beside me and said, this is the time what I saw 10 years ago. We've been practicalizing in Nigeria. I said, what's that? Women, they don't want to believe when a guy is talking. I said, that thing that I saw 10 years ago, it to come to fruition. So what's that thing? I said, no, just give me some time. At the moment when the president announced that, so I talked to my secretary, let's go online, let's search. So I started searching. Let's find out solutions to CNG. How can we partner? How can we build a solution to Nigeria? That's the third business I'm doing. No idea about it. But I opened my eyes to it, and I clicked to it. So when the president announced it, that we have to do this, okay? Before they start to give all the requirement on how to set up a PVC conversion center, we've gone to Italy, the same country. That's what we partner with Stargas in Italy. That's Posalo in Italy. We've gone there to attend the training, and we've opened a conversion center here in Ibadan where we convert cars from petrol to CNG. We've converted a lot of cars, both for government. Some are converted free of charge because government gave us free kits to convert for all the public transport. We've done a lot of things about it. Now, what I'm saying is that it is not until when we become Joseph before things change for us. Wherever we go, let's see what we can do to transform our world. There's a guy in Lagos, they call him shit business, I don't know. The guy organized, I don't know him, I understand what the guy was doing there. But what I'm trying to say is that there are opportunities around us. There are problems around us. An Adventist pastor published a book, said, Money Muscle. I attended when he was launching that book. And I told him that if you want to make money, I was asking me, how do you make money? I said, if you want to make more money, look for a problem, solve that problem, and you're on the track. So don't wait until when you dream. Dream may not come. If you find yourself outside Nigeria, my sister also mentioned something, yes, that my brother Tolashe, that if you have a village, they are selling palm wine 2 naira, they are selling this naira, you transport it, make money from it. My business life was started when I was 16 years old. I am a PhD holder, not that I'm just a business, I'm not out by going on the street. 16 years. Do you know how it started? If I share it here, people say this guy is a bad guy. My mom happened to be a teacher. And a friend of mine have told me that there is a business that we can do in the West Africa country. How can we do it? I'll keep the story to when the book I want to publish comes out. You see more about it. So what I'm saying is that let's open our eyes to opportunity. There are a lot of golden opportunities here in Nigeria. Now the CNG, let me go back to CNG. That CNG business has created millions of jobs. I have a guy that pick in my street. That boy, I don't want to mention his name. The guy doesn't have anything. I said, I mentioned, okay, come, let's join me, let's start. We started the promotion about 3 years ago. We did a lot of stuff on conversion. Now the guy, I told him last year, 2015, I said, guy, don't stay with me again like a lot in Abraham. Don't let us fight. Please, take your own stand. And now the guy is making his money. You might not know. I'm not a politician, but I have to make it clear to you that the policy that this government is doing is changing, it's bringing more good to people than evil. Yes, if you are in this sector. And how do you know sector is by creating ourselves to where problems are. Delve into it. Look at what kind of solution you can provide for it. What kind of solution can you create for it? How do you market your product? If you're an MD, a president of a company, and your staff is selling a product, or making a sale more than you have to resign. I told my staff, if you make more sales than what I mean, what I'll do, I'll give you the post so that we build. So as the MD of the company, the president of the company, you must know the tactics. What do you do on how to market your product so that you can sell yourself, sell your product and service to people before people come to you and introduce something bad to you. I'll close with this. A guy came to me. He said, how do you market your product? I said, I use God. He laughed. What other thing? I said, I use technology. Go online on Google, on the search engine report, SERP, search for Gate Motor in Lagos. You see Ducati there. Come back to Ibadan here. Search for Cybersecurity Institute in Ibadan. You see us on first page of SERP. These are the skills that I learned in school as a computer scientist that I apply to my business. So there are a lot of things that we can pick soft skills. If you are selling noodles, if you are selling anything, that can sell your product. You don't have to be join any evil thing before you make your sales to the world. You can sell your product here, sell to the world, show that could drive them of that. So let's see on how we can make sure that we open our eyes, that God will shine our light to light on the darkness, and the darkness will prevail, so that we can see more things that God has given to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure that now we know. The other time I was talking about what are those things that are running through your mind? Those things, if you bring it down, Toba say agbesoe, that which is running, if you bring it down, how can you walk around it? I'm sure that within this short time, we've been able to learn a lot from him. We've been able to see that many times our challenge could be that you are afraid or that you don't know if that which you are thinking could come life. But I'm sure that after this now you know that you don't have to, and you can plan your way out. And also I'm sure that we've learned so many other things, including the fact that you know that all those small things that you learn, search engine optimization that you learn, all those stuffs can also be a tool that could make your business come life and give you that strong thing that you want. What's that strong thing? Money. And as we do that, now let's go on to Master Guide, Dr. Master Guide. I didn't get it today.
Thank you so much. Yes, the two earlier speakers, they've actually spoken much. When I was told about this, I was like, I'm just a farmer, you know. Yes, I'm a farmer, and of course, I'm trained to be a farmer, you know, by skill. And, you know, I also want to challenge us because many of us were actually salary earners. How many of us are salary earners, and within 1 week, you finish your salary? It happens, isn't it? You get your salary now, and you know, in the next 3 days, you are like, how did I even spend this money? And that is why, you know, even from the Bible, if you read Genesis chapter 2, the Bible says there is a river that enters into the garden, then the river branches into four. So that's why it's important. So while you are still taking that your salary, you know, I must appreciate the youth that come up with this. While you are still, you should also look at something that will sustain you. Because, you know, I tell you, from once you get it, the needs, you know, that's why you see a lot of salary earners. Right from day 3, day 4, they're already asking for salary advance, isn't it? Advance, they want to borrow and everything. So be that as it may, you know, we started, you know, I said I'm a farmer, yes, and, you know, this idea, it came, you know, during my doctoral degree program. You know, when my sister was talking, I said, no, I was telling someone that you should consult me. You know what happened? Yes, I had a PhD in agriculture. You know what happened? You know, I know I'm an animal scientist, you know, to the core. Now, I looked at it that, you know, a lot of people actually they like chicken. They want to take meat. But, you know, what's actually stopping them? Health issues, health-related. You know, especially for chickens, you look at it, you know, the skin, you know, is loaded, the cholesterol is relatively high. Then, of course, when I was to do I looked at it that, you know, I don't just want my research to just be a research sake. I don't just want it to be on the shelf. Because we have a lot of, you know, researches that, you know, it has no headway. And, of course, you know, it took me long before I could get a headway. You know, and, of course, you know, my supervisor, he was trained in UK. So, and, you know, he always tell me, your PhD must be UK standard, not, you know, what we just, no, don't think, I mean, don't have this Nigerian, this thing. And, of course, no, that actually came up to my mind. And, you know, eventually, you know, I was able to come up with, we raised chickens that were fat-free. You said, yes. As men put that, of course, my brother is there, they were fat-free. It was tested, you know, there was no fear of, and, you know, when we are actually incubating that, you know, we had to test for a lot of things because, you know, my aspect, I tell my students, food safety is very important. If you look at it, you know, part of my problem, take statistics, 10, 15, 20 years, even 40 years ago, you know, in every family, if somebody should die at 70, they'll be crying. Am I right? But now, you know, what's the average lifespan for female? 53, for male? 55. And, you know, I say 55, people will even be celebrating. And if you look at it, what's actually killing? You know, the other time we are talking about this organic, and I question, how organic is that organic? Yeah, I question, how organic is, you know, I tell my students, you know, because, you know, you define your organic because you're actually feeding, you know, your animals, you are feeding them with plants, your plants, you are feeding them with perhaps poultry manure that is actually loaded, the animals were loaded with antibiotics, they were loaded with synthetic drugs. Wouldn't that also have effects in their droppings? And of course, you know, the droppings come to the soil. So by the time it's dropping into the soil, what we are calling organic, the methods that are even accumulated in those plant items you call organic is terrible than the person using inorganic fertilizer to plant. It's terrible. I've done a lot of study on that. So you know, and you know, by the time the program finished, you know, the next thing is, yes, we have actually come up with something good. Then how do we market? Because it shouldn't stay there. It shouldn't. People should be aware. Of course, it will be more expensive because it's not cheap. Of course, we are aware to raise broiler chickens 5 weeks, 6 weeks, you are already taking your chickens. And I'm marketing to you chickens that will take 8 to 10 weeks. Of course, I will spend more. And, but, people that, understand what you are talking about. Yes, the market was not wide. And, before I finished, I was able to make a lot of money even from that. That's number one. But I dropped that because of conflict of interest. Then, another thing, during the week, yes, I have a farm presently. And what I'm preaching, I will tell you, what I'm preaching is purely organic. Purely organic. I will also say this, recently, my team, we did one study. All these, I won't mention any plants. We think, yes, this thing is, and, we discovered that, we normally use it as medicinal plants and everything. And we came up with, it has some carcinogenic agents there. So these are some of the things, and I told my students that this thing that we have actually found out, we are removing the carcinogenic agents from the plants, then we are repackaging to NAFDAC to come and look, and because, yes, let me also cite this. There is this incident with cowpea recently. Cowpea farmers. I told you I'm a farmer. They always, issue of pests and everything. So as they keep plants, I know Brother Onoja can relate. As they plant, they spray a lot with pesticide. And of course, there are a lot of, they tell you it's organic, and those organic are questionable. So, I told them, why don't we just come up with something? Let's have our home medicinal garden. And we know that what we are actually doing, yes, if we are using any poultry manure, because the chicken you are feeding or the goat or whatsoever you are feeding with any extract, any plant material that you don't actually know how it's grown, is not organic. And this is, so I'm actually telling us this, but, even, wherever we have, we've been to, just like the other, there are solutions everywhere. There are problems that need solution. Just for us to sit down and think about it. That, okay, yes, this. Because, my thing of concern is, yes, look at the expected lifespan in Nigeria presently. And me, I look at it, yes, because my Bible has told me that I will live long. And I know as many of us, so we should always be mindful. Just during the week, this issue of tomato paste, I told, we have some IT students. I said, just go to the market, take samples of tomato paste, the powder, and of course, that is being sold outside. And of course, it's the concentrate that they import. And this is actually precise. And I told them, yes, go and analyze. Let's look at some elements there. Then now, the solution, while you are doing your sideways, we look at how we are planting. We are already looking at a variety of tomato we are planting. It's not the common one. We've identified this is what we are planting because, we also look at the problem that, okay, normal tomato is not always red, when you cook and that's when a beetroot or something, we are not using. We've actually identified, perhaps I should say this, we know snake tomato is not marketable. Why? But it's very, but it's not marketable because, it spoils easily. So I told them, now let's look at it. If we do that, it's red. It's red more than the normal tomato. Then why don't we now let's just do a kind of, so let's do the shelf life and let's make our paste from there. Now I was telling them that if we now do this, yes, it's not, for every successful business, yes, you also need collaboration for networking. I told them, we invite people from public health, come and certify, before we go to a regulation agency, come and certify this. And, then we invite, look at the agricultural marketers, help us to market this. Because, all those things we keep doing in our in our corner that is earning little, I read that, we can actually make a lot But what you need some people, some people are actually trained to talk. I mean, some people know how to talk. I'm not a marketer, but some people, if they talk, even if you don't want to buy, you buy. But for us that we are researchers, just write your this thing, but it's actually beyond that. I think my time is so. That's just so whatever. So I'm actually challenged because I know a lot of us we are doing postgraduate studies instead of doing what we end up on the shelf. Just look for problem. Your research, can provide solution to the society. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. When I say wow, I'm not talking about detergent. I'm not talking about wow detergent. How many of us have learned something today? Then, if you do, why have you not been responding? Or you just wave so that we can just end it there and just go? How many of us have really learned something today? The hands have reduced. Okay. I know that probably we have one or two questions to ask that is particular to you and to what you are thinking and to what you are currently doing, how to make it work, how do I scale it. I have this thought in my head. I have this planning that I've done, but I'm looking at how do I get started. I have this, I have that. I have this question, I have that question. Within the next few minutes, we will have the opportunity of discussing those steps based on what you've learned and based on what you have. We will discuss. Welcome with me as I take up here Mrs. Olushola Onoja. So that we will be able to ask our questions from them. Do we have anyone that have questions? Good. We are coming up. Good. Oh, yeah.
Happy Sabbath, church. Happy Sabbath to my panels. So my question is for Doctor. I'm doing my MPH in public health, and my thesis, the first thesis I wanted to do was on antimicrobial resistance among fish farmers, because it's becoming a thing among fish farmers, and it was rejected in my department. They said that it's giving more microbiology and agriculture, so I couldn't do that. But I have the proposal chapter 1 to 3, but I didn't get any supervisor, so I had to do another topic. But I'm still very much interested in the food industry, because a lot of things that are happening with women, endometriosis, ovarian cyst, and all these things as a result of food. Even men have infertility issues, death rates as a result of what we eat, and people do not know that these things are actually a problem. And when I speak, it's like, oh, Shara is being too much. Are you saying that we should not eat anything? Or are you saying we should stop eating Maggi? Or are we saying we should not eat tin tomato and everything? But the tin tomato, if you check the tin tomato, there's no single tomato in tin tomato sachet. It's just starch and coloring and sugar, and that's what you're putting in your food every day, and this is what's killing you. And I just want to know, because this is something that I want to start. I don't know how to go about it. I'm just writing different herbs down. I don't even know. So I told my mom I want to go to an herbal school. I don't even know if that's the right decision to go to an herbal school or something. But I'm not a curative. I don't want to be a doctor. I'm a preventive. It's all about prevention, how to prevent these things from happening. And I'm really interested in agric, and I want you to be my mentor in that aspect, and how to start regarding this poultry and all these things, I'm interested in organic things, and you just made it clear to me that these organic things aren't even organic in the first place, and I'm confused. So I just want more light in that. So.
Okay, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay. In addressing, yes, your initial topic, most of the time, because I also work in the university, many of our, yes, and that's why, many, because we actually don't have this, entrepreneurial and practical sense, even as supervisors. Because whatever that I want to supervise, I want it to translate to solve societal problem, not just research that we just end up on the shelf. Actually, I don't want that. What you said in fish body is very important. And that is why, this antimicrobial resistance is a lot of problem. And you will know, I don't actually take antibiotics, but by the time you are sick, your body is resistant, so they combine antibiotics for you. And most of the time, this is as a result of perhaps the fish and what have you, and even beyond antibiotics, because my present research is actually on anti-carcinogenic agents. Because in the 20, 30 years ago, cancer is not as common as it is now. In fact, cancer is becoming like malaria. I mean, the way it is, because, from small, this person is sick, is that, so that's my focus. And, it's actually beyond, because, my approach, I don't use agriculture, I use one earth approach. And in one earth, look at its effect even on man, on the animal, and on the environment. So, with what you said on fish, water body, yes, what you have, is a very good one. Yes, we can work it out. In fact, let me just tell you, my current master's, what is actually working on, let me give you this. I shouldn't, because, part of the problem we identified, I told these guys that we are not ending here. You're actually inviting and you make money. And that's, yes, in the past, yes, we've been making our money, but in a very little way. But I told them this time around, it's not ending. We are making it a big way. And of course, many times, like the chicken I told you, someone will tell you, yes, is there any certification for that? So we've applied. We've applied already. And I'm hopeful before the end of the year, we get our certification. So that it will become fully blown. And of course, what I'm saying, what this guy is doing, because I know many of us, we are raising birds at our backyard. And where do you get? You buy feeds and everything. You don't know the composition of that feed. And you just discover that me, a farmer, hey, that I'm using just maize and what have you to feed my chickens. You are buying feed. You that you are buying feed, your birds are doing better than my own. So what's the problem? And of course, the European Union, they banned the use of antibiotics in animals. They banned the use of synthetic hormones in animals. But, because Nigeria, nothing is actually being regulated. Anything comes in. And, all this synthetic, because I'm an animal physiologist, the body of the animal cannot digest it. So it stays in the muscle of the animal. And it's the muscle that we eat as meat. So one way or the other, yes. In fact, when I came, after my doctorate, I stopped buying chicken outside, that except the chicken raised by me. Because, yes, that's the truth. In fact, I have one student, during the week, he just put something on his status that Dr. Akintunde's note came handy. The guy is doing similar thing in Bayelsa, and he's doing well. He's doing well. Because, but then, by the time we get the certification, it will be fully blown. I'm hopeful it's part of our prayer that by then, so, we can actually work together. I talk
I hope that by now, the fear is gone. Huh? Okay, that's good. Okay, your question, sir.
Okay, my own question, this kind of program used to give some of us headache, In fact, for the past 1 hour now, a lot of ideas has been coming through the lectures, and among many other ideas that majority of us have in our mind before. But I want to ask that from your experiences, how, have you been able to harmonize all these various, when she was sharing the idea, she wanted to go on and, and on and on. So how have you been able to harmonize all this, structure it, and implement some of your ideas? Because I know you two have a lot of ideas, but while you have implemented some, how have you been able to, is it through prayer, Neil? Is it, how have you been able to harmonize them, structure them, and implement some that you have been able to implement and you are making money? Because we too want to make money like.
I will say, based on what you asked, I'm a prayer person. Yeah. But I'm not sorry for saying it, I'm not dogmatic about Adventism. Yeah. That is, yeah, we have to do this. That's why we are trained when we are young. Okay, ballers in the 80s. Don't do this, don't do this. And our parents remain poor. Yeah. So mine is that what is right to do, let's do it. Prayerfully, you pray. Then they also taught us something then. They also assist of Prophet Pastor Olabi, Pastor Babaola. Let your will be done. So when you are opting for a project, some prayer do, if I mention some prayer that I've known that have failed, you won't believe it. I set up a kind of agricultural project along Omi Adio a few years back. I lost close to 10 million naira. I'm just like this. It's not my field. Okay? Now let me give you another arc. A guy came from US. The guy has about 6,000 hectares along Ido, Yerua. I invested in the farm. Not that I invested, I got from the land, planted maize, and like, let me give you one of the things that was the whole case. Because people are saying, hey, there's money in agriculture. I went to it, but I bite my finger. So all the money that I invested into the agricultural stuff, the maize and the like, by the time I sold it to an Adventist man that has like, fish meal, feed meal, sorry. What I invested into it, I didn't realize 10% of it. So do what you are good at. That's just it. My sister is good at the fashion, do it. My doctor's into any that lets you do it. Mine is to tech, anything that's around tech. I've never failed in one. If a company or a client order for a product, maybe you need automatic gate, sliding gate, or swing gate, I will look at it, do my calculation, look at the shipping cost, look at the landing cost, look at what I'm going to pay my staff before I give the quote. So if they won't pay me, I won't invest into it. So one, God first. Two, let His will be done. Then two, do what you love to do. Don't do what others are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. I really love your question. How to structure it, having plenty ideas. Now, what has worked for me? Number one, you want to do something. The first thing, look for people that are doing it. Spy. You can spy online. We see people come to say they want to make inquiry. They are not making inquiry. They will even say, can I see your course outline? Can you send it to me? I stopped doing that when I realized they are spies. And I do it. Okay, I want my fashion school to be like this. I started looking into people that are doing it like that. What are they doing? How can I do it better? What is it they are not doing well? You do that. First, you must be clear. You have plenty. Your brain is now going like this. Yes, it happens to me. But okay, this is what I want to pick now. You pick it. Then you get the solution you want to get from it. You want this, the solution they will benefit from it. Then look online, how are they doing it? Now, the second thing that works for me is get yourself advisors. Not only advisors that are into the business. See, the people that can advise you well, aside the people that are doing the business, are those that they are not doing anything. I'm telling you. What they are telling you is not useful for them. But as they are telling you, it is useful for you if you are smart. They can talk like 2 hours blah, 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 but it's not useful for them, but you are picking it. Yes, I want to train people. The caliber of people I wish to impart into their lives cannot afford my training fee. And one day, this guy was saying, you are a Rotarian. What do you even do as a Rotarian? That Rotary can even sponsor people. They will pay. You just get people to come and train. He was just saying it, and I'm like, oh. I picked it. Another person, the person is not even in Nigeria. The person is a barista. And the person said, oh, this small money you are getting, go and register an NGO. And you will see. The person into fashion designing? No. Does he know anything? No. He just said it. And if you are smart, you pick from whatever they are saying. He says something that you must be fast in identifying opportunities. Some people, you see their calls, you want to ignore it. People like that, because they talk a lot, you pick something, they are not useful for them. So these two things works for me as spy. And I listen and act immediately. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I want to ask you something. You've been into the fashion this thing for a long period of time, for years now. But let me say it's because you probably have passion for it. So that's why you were like, okay, this thing, I'm going to succeed in it. So my question now is that years back, before you got to this stage, did you probably have any other thing that you feel like, should I try this thing out? Okay, what if this fashion does not even work for me? Do you have some, or did you try to think of, okay, should I just opt into something else? Or is it a must that this thing gone, it must work? If it does not work, then I don't know what else to do. Or do you probably feel like, okay, if this fashion does not work for me, I'll probably opt in for something else? Or you were just like, no, it must work, it must work. This is the only thing I have in my head.
Thank you. At first, it was only fashion. I always tell myself that after that, first of all, I studied animal health and production technology in school. And even from my ND days, I started learning fashion. So as at ND2, everybody already knew me in school as a fashion designer. So that was what I grew into at first. But along the line, I started choking high into different things. But I knew deep down that this thing I have picked, this is my foundation. It must work. So every other thing I'm building around it, there's still a foundation. If the foundation does not work, any other thing cannot work. So I believe that whatever I want to do, as long as I want to do it, and I have the plans, and I ask God, God will do it. And he said we should ask, and it shall be given unto us. Now, the way God works, God will not come from heaven. God can send, like what I said, the least expected person to make that thing work. There was a time I was stuck in my business. I needed to go further, but I was stuck in knowledge. I didn't know what to do. But I attended a training session, and one of the sessions for 2 hours was strategic planning. And it was not even on business. It was on something else entirely. And when I got home, that was what changed the whole narratives. So it's changed everything. As long as you know that you want this thing to work, you will keep looking for solution. Getting the solution would keep you awake, like I said. So anything you hear, you will look at it because you are seeking something. If you are not seeking anything, whatever happens. But because you are seeking the growth, you are seeking an answer. Anything, be open-minded. It can come anytime. The strategic planning training was not even related. Okay, let me say this. It was strategic planning for the club I am. And I'm like, oh, wow. So this is what I needed for my business. I needed the strategic planning. I go home that day, and I told my husband, I found this solution. Was it about fashion? Was it about business? No. But something else helped me. And that is it. Just know that you want it to work. Once you know that, you will get it. You will seek for it and you will get it. Thank you.
Okay, we have another question here. Okay. Oh, good, good. Now we're coming up.
My question is there a particular time, maybe you are designing a particular dress and you like it from your own angle, but is there a particular time that you think that will people buy this thing? Or maybe there's a particular thing, business idea you've done it, is planned already, well planned, and everything is coming up. But is there a time that you feel like, will people actually patronize me? Will people come? Like, although you are trying your best to advertise to people and all those things, but it keep coming to your mind that, are they going to buy from me? Are they convinced? What I'm doing, is it convinced enough to convince them that I am the right plug for them?
Is it for me? Okay. No. Okay. See, I believe, with this knowledge I have, I believe that there's nothing you want to sell that you cannot sell. I believe the first thing is your target audience. Who are the people you want them to come and buy this thing? Then you know how to take it out to them. Are they youth? Are they working class? Are they this? Are they that? Where do you find them? You'll be making a mistake when you have something you want to sell and you only focus on your environment. Your environment might not need that thing. For example, maybe you are selling a product and it's like 100,000 naira. And you know your friends are the type of people that use 20,000 naira products. Shout till tomorrow. So those people, look for them. If it is online, if you have to advertise, if you have to dedicate some amount to look for them, you have to look for them. There was a time in my business that, my focus was on, poor and middle class. And I figured, okay, the money they can offer me was not enough. So I wanted high class. Okay, what do I need to put in place for high class? When they come, they must stay. What thing do I need to say? What do I need to do? What do I need to put online for those that have that money to be able to see and come? So once you have the knowledge, I believe as the time goes on in this training, because I was informed that it's not going to be a one-time training, we progress in it. You will be taught how to put out your business offline, online, and any other way, so that anything you want to sell, is there anything that is not sellable? You just have to be sure you are selling it to the right person. And I've learned that my friends might not be my client. My family might not be my client. Even sometimes you have to first go through them. But it depends on that thing you are selling. Maybe you are into real estate. You have to sell land of 2 million naira. You know the family you come out from. You know they cannot buy. Do you understand? It does not mean you will still not let them know what you do, right? They have to know what to do in case they meet someone that needs that your service. But in your mind, you know they are not probably your client, but they might be your stepping stone. Do you understand? That way, you know who to talk to. And if you have to change your environment, please move and change it. I'm an advocate of that. You have to change your circle of friends. Move. You have to go for trainings to meet people that can afford that thing. Move. But there is nothing that, have you ever made something that someone cannot buy? No. I've made something before and I feel like, okay, my rule is I must make times 3 of my investment in this thing. Do you understand? I made them and the people that could buy, they bought it. You'll be making mistake when you are making something with the mind of, they will not buy it. I will not get someone to patronize me. Give your standard, your standard. The people that are looking for that standard, they will look for you and they will find you. Let it be that they got that standard, it is expensive. They will come back. Let me quickly share this. I told myself, I want to create customized polos. I want to bring it from China, but I couldn't afford it when I realized what it would cost me. When I wanted to now buy the little I can come and sell, I didn't go for cheap ones. I went for quality ones so that it will not spoil my dream or the vision. Because if I now start selling the cheap ones, by the time I start producing, people don't forget. So, and the people that want to buy, they bought. So I know the type of people I'm facing it to. I know the type of people I want them to buy. And I'm telling you, even me, at that point, I learned that lesson that don't say they will not buy. You now, because of that, go for the lower quality. It will spoil your future dream. I have a dream, done by DMC, is I want to produce rings, wedding rings. And I didn't have money. 2000, I started buying rings. I imported them. And I realized that these rings were fading. I stopped selling them immediately. Why? I know I want to get to the stage of producing directly my designs. But if I sell, assuming I've sold a faded wedding ring to you, sir, and now come later that this is, would you patronize me? No. So I stopped. I had to dispose. In fact, I still have a lot of them that I chose not to put out, not to sell. So ensure what you are selling has value and quality, and trust me, whatever standard you put on it, you will see people that want it. Just ensure you get your audience for it, your target market. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. I have something I want to ask Elder, because in our business, you said we cannot displease God. And as a child of God, in all that we do, we must be following with God. You talked about spying, and then something happens to me. And I think I do that a lot. And I want you to help us justify it. I am someone that thinks ahead. I want to be sure that if I start this, everything I need along the way, I already have my plans to do it. For instance, I have a lot of people around who are selling this, selling that, pushing this, pushing that. And I feel that if I have a bike with this thing, and then I begin to pick and drop for people. I have a lot of people, I have friends who are on, I think, 15th or 16th floor of Cocoa House that cannot come down to buy. But my staff can take food to them, go through the stairs, and then some can come down to the ground floor, but they cannot go out. So what if I do all of those things? And I feel that marketing, and I look at marketing. I know that if I have the app, then I need to market. Then I begin to spy on Mobility. How many of us know that brand? Mobility. Sir, Mobility, they are selling charger, power bank, and all. How many of us saw their adverts when they first started? Do we have too much content on the adverts? How many of us have seen House of Cattle now? Do you have too many things on that advert? Just House of Cattle. And then you have the website. If you check their website, how many of us love that website? You understand? But that's marketing, right? And Mobility just January was celebrating 500,000 products in sales. They are less than 1 year, right? Kilo shaking here. One of the secrets is the very first time they bombarded our streets with Mobility. There is hardly anywhere you will turn to that you will not see a billboard of Mobility. They want to thank us now there is hardly nowhere you will turn to that you will not see their. Now, this time around, they now did something different. What did they do? They printed on clothes and now choose to start hanging clothes where they will not pay for billboards, right? You know what that means? Because they do not have board. And to place a banner on a billboard of 20 by 10, you pay 50, 60, 80,000 per month. And this time around, they don't want to do that. They have learned from their expenses. You understand? Now, for me, what I do is, once I want to do delivery, I know I must be big on adverts. So I feel if I do this, I would need that. So I already factor in billboards into my planning. I've already sectioned that at every corners of the entrance of Ibadan, I want to have one billboard. So I begin to look at how much a billboard will cost me to put up. And then I'm looking at that. Now, when it comes to spying, you know what I did? I chose 2 days to drive around the entire Ibadan. I was looking for billboard owners. You cannot see them, but you can see their contacts. Then I begin to look for them. Then I begin to spy on them. You understand? That's how I knew that the company that has the highest billboard in Ibadan is Oleborg. That man has billboard everywhere in Ibadan. Name anywhere, you see Oleborg billboard. Sometimes you will see 3 on a section. You understand? And that man is, now I begin to spy. I begin to call. I would say, hello. Then I would discuss. What am I looking for? I'm looking for prices. Price range. I want to know the price for a Road billboard. Are they different from the price at Gate or at Dugbe or at New Garage or at Ring Road or at Akala Way? That will do me 2 things. It will help me to plan my marketing even before I have my billboard. It will also help me to know how much I'll be charging even when I have my billboard. Now, my question when it comes to God is spies like that, because there was a man, I truly disturbed him. Like, I called almost 6 numbers and it was the same person. And I was changing style, asking questions. When we talk about spy that disturbs people like that, is it godly? Is it godly to spy, to do such a spying? Yes.
Okay, let me, the Bible says wisdom is profitable in all things. And the Bible also says, who is a man that you want to build? And we first of all not count his cost. Why many businesses, why many young entrepreneurs fail is because they don't plan before starting. They just jumped. Oh, I have this. Then they have launched out. And the same way they launch out, they move back. So the Bible is clear. And that's why the Bible also says, commit your ways unto the Lord, and he shall direct your path. So you must have a way to commit to the Lord. You must have plan to commit to the Lord. And in planning, that's fine. I don't see it as fine. You are actually making research, inquiries, because, one thing, I say I'm a farmer. Before you set up a farm, you say you do site. Before selection of sites, you first of all do survey that, okay, is this place, will it be suitable? That's what we are doing. So that by the time you are launching out, you know what you are into. Because by the time you have actually done all those things, you have your plan, so you can now factor it in that, okay, this thing I want to do will take me 5 years. This is what I want to achieve in year 1, because you have already planned. You understand? And of course, the problem with men is, once you have done that, then, like you also said, that spine, to some, what you need is training. You have that idea, like she said, I want to go into fashion business. I like this. I can design. It's possible. You design clothes, you design things, but you need, skill also in that area. Then another thing that keeps us out of business, like I said, I'm a farmer. We are in a world that things keep changing. if you don't, and that should also be part of your this thing, because by the time you start, training, retraining is important. And that's what we are actually tagging as spine. So for me, it's actually godly, but it becomes ungodly when you are now thinking of entering into an unhealthy competition. And what I mean by unhealthy competition, that this one must die, this business must die, for you to thrive. That becomes ungodly. I don't.
Please, as you are spying, in quotes, not spying, as you are trying to figure out what they do and how you can do it better, if you are not careful, it would kill that your passion and your vision. When you are watching something online and you are saying, God, when? Please ensure whatever you see, you are only using it to help yourself. Do you understand? Okay, I know I'm charging so amount. I'm running a fashion school. Another person is charging times 3. And people are going there. Okay, what are they doing? Gone. That is making people to go there. It's not like when I now open it, I'm now like, lagbara. And you feel like, it's like this business is not for me. No. What are they doing? Báwo ná ṣe business wọn? What are they posting? How are they posting it? What are they teaching that I can also teach? Those are even little things that will not cost you money. Do you understand? There are things that will not even cost you money. What will only help you to do is when you've started, you are in a phase. See, a lot of times when people come, they will say, you are doing well. You are, in my mind, I know God has been faithful. But I know because I know where I'm going, I believe I have not done anything. And I tell God, you have not done anything. No, I'm grateful for what you have done. But where I'm going, everyone close to me, my students, I will always say, I cannot be proud because I am nothing. I have not gotten anywhere. Where I'm going. So why will I be proud? Wait, I don't do. Waiting, God, you still have to do more. I appreciate this one, no, but you have not, we are still going higher. So that is what you should use it to do. It's like it's keeping you going. When you want to relax, you open online, you see your competitor doing this. Trust me, don't use that to now sleep on it. God, when? God, see, even though I'm spying, I still have some people that I choose not to open their page. Once it makes you feel like God have not done anything for you, pull back. But the ones who want to learn, let it be like it's a learning phase for you. And see, all this signboard thing or any other thing, there are ways to go around it. I knew the money for signboard, I cannot afford it. What I did was I went to buy material myself. I let someone make it for me. I found out how much will they be charging. The Oyo State signboard something. How much will they charge in a year? If you calculate the amount you are spending, you will realize that it's like the amount you will be spending on one billboard in a month is the amount you will spend in a year if you are doing it for yourself. I'm only using that as an example. This is not possible. I cannot do signboard. Do flyer now. I cannot do flyer. Do broadcast. Make people, I don't want to talk into marketing here because I may not stop. Make people go into, when I've patronized people a lot because I saw someone's post, not our own post. I saw someone, the person posted another person. And I said, can I get the person? They even put contacts there on a flyer. You don't have to go up high. I mentioned strategic planning. Yes, I have to do this, but I don't have the money. How else can I go about it? Research on it, but keep aiming for the better ones. Thank you.
Okay, so let me just trip in based on what you've said. When I started my gate automatic installation in Lagos. Do you know what I did? I put the cost of the gate sideway, the cost of the installation sideway, and I told the Lagosian, I'll do free installation for you. That installation cost about close to 1/3, or about 30% of the cost of the gate. So I did that for some months. I recorded a lot of sales. After that, I stopped. Now, other things that when you're talking to tech, now it's not a bad thing when you spy into your computer page. Like if you have a website that you built, you need keywords. It is the keywords that will drive traffic to you. Now, you go back to, I'll give one of the tools. We use Uber Suggest. Yeah, use Uber Suggest. Put your computer website on it. You are doing research. Put your computer website on it and search for the keyword that rank them. We can't see their keywords. Now, copy the keywords, write content on it, post it on your page. Do it consistently for 3-4 weeks and see what happens to you. On the page, you'll be ranked. So it is good when you are spying to someone else, your computer page. But I always tell my people, tell my staff, I don't compete. I do my thing my own way. Let me leave my own mark myself. But what I want to do, I'll do it to rank myself, to rank what I'm doing. Thank you.
Okay, so I just have some contributions to all what the speaker had said. And a lot of times, most of us, because of the fear of unknown, which I've also talked about, it shut us down from carrying out our business ideas. So I'm a realtor, and I'm also into business. I'm a realtor and I'm also into business. My realtor work is where I get my main source of income that I put on my business. Now, before I got a physical location, it took a number of years. But I was actually selling. I was making use of online, even when it was not as much as this. Are there other people that are selling the same product I sell? Yes. But I didn't stop because I know my target audience. First off, my target audience were my colleague at work. And because of the nature of my work, I need to dress well and the position I hold. So when I wear a thing, somebody asked me, "This is beautiful. Where did you get it?" And I say, "I sell. I'm the one that sells it." "Okay, can I get?" And like that, I pick my target audience. So if you say you are a fashion designer and what is on your body is not looking good, people won't patronize you. So you represent, for me, I represent my brand, and I also represent the work I do, aside business. That's a form of publicity on its own. Then I also engage people that knows more than me. I have a staff that I'm the one that recruited her, trained her, and she looks up to me. When this lady comes to my store, even if I've not made sales that day, because she's outspoken, she's jovial, I will make sales. Because everybody that passes in front of my store, she will practically she will run after them and then say, "Come and check, it will size you." And me that I'm there, I will just sit down and cross my leg because I feel that from our wallet now, she better displayed on mannequin now. But because she is the outspoken one, so each and every time, I want her to come around because I know I'm going to make more sales that day. And then I pay her. And then she also helped me handle my social media page when it comes to my business. I might not have the time to, at the same time, run my real estate business and then so I employ her to run my adverts on my business. So you can employ people to do that for you. Your area of your weakness, you find a strength to that. Then I also noted that, of course, you have competitors. In fact, your next neighbor will sell what you are selling. The complex where I have my business, when we wanted to take up the space, they asked me, "What do you want to sell here?" And I told them. And then I asked why. Do I have somebody that is also selling that particular thing? And then they said no. The reason why we're asking is that we don't want people to start, it's in the world. You have people that will go beyond and above to just make profit. So they don't want people that will we sell the same product. So I said, "Okay, I'm into clothing business." Okay, said, "We can take you." But I find out that before the year run out, somebody was also selling clothing business. But I do not mind. What makes me to be preferred? So in your business, what will make people to buy from you?
And when we get to the market, you see two people selling fish, right? But you have your own customer. Why do you go to that person? Or yeah, I don't know what that is in English, or I can't remember. The way you relate to people. When somebody buys something from you, is it just about the money, the profit you make? Do you make more? Do you create relationship with that person such that when that person wants to refer you, they're able to say something? She smiles a lot. She has, what is Oyaya now? Somebody help me. Ma? Receptive, you have charisma. So do that. You are not selling and then your face is hard. Your face is not welcoming. It's not right. And a lot of young ladies, we can't hold conversations. We cannot. Good conversation. I'm talking because I'm a woman. So a lot of us young ladies, we cannot hold quality conversations with people. And then you lose customer because of that. So ensure that you have something, you do something that will make you to be preferred than the other person that is selling the same product as you are. And then I wrote that, I talked about identify your target audience. And I said a lot of times, because of finances, which might hold you down, don't wait. When I did not have the physical shop, it's not that I had that money there, right? But I kept selling. I didn't wait until I had the money to rent a shop and then to put adverts, to buy mannequin. I was buying one after the other. The first day I bought a mannequin for the male one, you know how much it is now? Full male mannequin. I ran back. I was like, kilo shele. Because of baby Lasson. But I needed it. I had to go back. I bought. Then bought another. So you cannot say because I have this business idea, but yet I don't have money. Start something. And before you know it, that business is growing. It's taking you to places. So I encourage each person that is here. See, one source of income, especially the Nigeria that we are, cannot keep you. People that we ask, send me 2,000 naira, urgent skinny, or what do we call it? They are also, thank you, urgent 2K. It's not easy. So one source of income might not help. Two might not even help. So, but you must start something. You'll find out the day we did get together as a group, somebody brought puff-puff. Very nice. That's a business. It was later I got to know that she's into that aspect. But are there people that are selling puff-puff? Yes. Does she have competitors? Yes. But what makes your own puff-puff preferable? That is what you should identify. And I pray that God will help us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I want to appreciate everyone for staying this far. I think we have one last question, right? It has been answered. Oh, great. I want to appreciate everyone for staying this long. I want to appreciate our instructors. Thank you so much for coming around. We say a very big thank you. And I know that our God will bless you beyond this thank you. Thank you so much. This is few minutes to 1. And many of us, all of us, have been able to stay up until now. And I know that at the end of today, we will be able to sit down, look into ourselves, map out what we have, and then begin to plan them out. Someone says, ideas don't come out fully formed. Is that correct? But they begin to play out the moment you start working on them. Our focus is that those things that are running, thank God that we've learned today that doctor said many salary earners, after the first week, the salary is what? Is gone. That tells us that there is a need to do what? There is a need to expand. There is a need to look for another source of income. And we've also learned that the best way to do it is to look at what is running through you. And you know one thing, what runs through you is coming from maybe what you know, maybe your skills or your experience. And we've also learned that you should do what is coming from your skill. I hope we are connecting now. What is running in your mind is running from what you know, what you've experienced, or what you've learned. And we've also learned that if you want to do business, do what you have skills in, what you can scale, and what you can do perfectly. And I hope that with today's class, we'll be able to do something good and quality for ourselves. Thank you so much for staying this long. Please let's be on our feet as we take up our hymn book and sing the closing song, the praise team.
Amen. Yes, let's open our hymnal to hymn 369. Sowing in the morning, sowing seeds of kindness, sowing in the noontide, and the dewy eve, waiting for the harvest and the time of reaping. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, oh, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. Sowing in the sunshine, sowing in the shadows, fearing neither clouds nor winter's chilly breeze. By and by the harvest and the labor ended, we shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, oh, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves.